Yeah, fine. I'm missing my husband. Please be coming home.
Yeah, so come home. Come home. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for joining. Where is everybody? Where's my chat now? So that we're seeing people's response. Okay. Please, if you are already watching, let us know. Write something in the chat so that we can be seeing that you guys are with us. Are with us.
Yeah.
Oniduro
mi ase
Is that how you play music in your mind every time?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? So welcome to the show. Today, as usual, not as usual, today we have very cool couple. Very cool couple in the house. I don't have to say that they need no introduction because they don't need. However, but Gideon, I'm not seeing chat. I want to be knowing where people are logged in from. Where will I see chat now? Gideon, why am I not seeing chat? No, sorry, I'm in the private chat. Oh, sorry, you guys. You know me, I'm old school. Forget that I vibe with Gezo. I'm not his generation. So, sorry, guys. So now I'm seeing people. So, yeah, please just tell me where you are watching from, everybody. Let's just welcome you officially. Thank you. Tell me where you're watching from. Thank you. David Joshua Abuja, I see you. Trisha from Ghana. Ghana gives us. Guys, have you I hope you're applying the tour for Ghana. Trust me.
Yeah,
Ghana
massive. That's like the, I don't know how to put it, Sha, but we have to do Ghana.
Ghana's love is massive.
Ghana is like, Accra has been consistently on our top 5 cities.
Yes.
Once you do Lagos, London, is usually Accra, then New York.
Yes.
So like Accra consistently is top 5.
Very important. So please give them love. Victoria and Diana, nice to see you. Ochobi, Ogun State. Glasgow, Wanya Eke. How are you guys doing? Yes. Chigozie from London. I see you guys. Welcome. Churchill from Ghana as well. Ifeanyi from Nigeria. Don't tell me, just tell me Nigeria. I want to know your city. Awesome from Kampala. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I greet all of you. We're going to get this rolling as fast as we can. Those people on Instagram, you're going to miss most of the stuff because I'm just here just to let you guys know we've started. So go to YouTube quickly. Kings Lokonko, just go to Kings Lokonko YouTube and join the live and catch the whole event. So I'm hosting a wonderful couple. You'll still hear them introduce themselves now. All right. So you don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry, just a minute so that I will get this rolling. Just a minute. Please keep introducing what city you are in. I would like to see.
Milan.
That's you are in Milan. Yeah, so but is this your first time in Europe, guys?
Yes, Europe as in EU minus UK.
Yes.
I'm in Milan, but I'm yet to have gelato.
They should take you now. That one no hard now. That one is not hard. All right. So welcome everybody. So who wants to go first? Just introduce yourselves. I don't know who wants to go first.
ladies first. I've been talking small.
I know that's what you say. Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Pastor Kingsley. Thank you so much for having us. Such an honor to be here. So my name is Funso Iboye. The person in green's wife. An interior designer. I run an interior design and property development firm here in Lagos, Nigeria. And we've been married for 10 years. We'll be 11 years by November. We have three amazing kids. And yeah, I'm happy to be here.
That is amazing. All right. Yes, go ahead.
My name is Gaze Baba.
Culture.
My name is Gaze Baba. I'm the one this beautiful woman was talking about. And there's no turning back.
Yeah, so no turning back, oh, no turning back, no turning back. So welcome everybody. So one of the just I wanted to gist with them. The couple I've wanted to gist with for a while because I've watched a few videos of their story and I said, no, this is a good couple to, just sit down and gist with. I'm sure when time permits, we'll still do it in a way that we can record it for YouTube and all that. But I felt this is a good time to just catch up, and hear your amazing story. Hear your amazing story. So I'm trying to decide where to start from. How did you guys meet? Let's start from there.
I think it was 2012.
October 10th, 2012. It
was 2012. You want to be forming like dates now. And now you missed it. Because it was not October 10th, it was October 20.
Okay, yes, October 20.
If women that miss it, when in actual, we just allow you to feel like you're the one that
October 20, yes.
So we met October 20. I remember the date specifically because it was Hip Hop World Awards. It was the Headies of 2012. And Headies was at night, or earlier in the day, there was a conference by Steve Harris. Steve Harris organized this Business of Your Talent conference. And at the time, I mean, it was paid. It was a paid conference. I still remember it was 10K. It cost me 10K to make my wife.
You see, and that's that was very cheap compared to our value. For value you gained, you should go and balance them. Go and balance things.
But it was the very first conference I ever paid for, because I was in the category of those that, why am I paying for a conference at the time? So I was like, boy, I had this strong nudge in my heart, like I had to be at the conference.
So wait, let me interrupt. And please try not to lose your train of thought. Or if you need to be writing things, I don't want to lose your train of thought.
Yes, sir.
Because you just struck a chord with me quickly. The amount of the amount of young people I see these days that are not into self-development, have no drive to develop, it's alarming. So because you just mentioned now how that both of you met in a self-development place, people say, oh man, if I go on with that line of thought, we might not even do anything else today, because it pains me. If you are looking for a husband or a wife, there are places where you meet sensible people.
Yes, sir.
There are places so I every time I talk to some singles and they are looking for husband and wife, and I'm saying we are doing, like for instance now, we have lots of coaching and training going on. Pastor Mildred is doing 3-month mentoring with single ladies. It's called BFF. They will put the link up in a bit so that people don't want to register it. Now, there are single girls that hear that, or they don't want to attend. They just want husband. Just do it. Same thing with guys. I have mentoring I do with guys. Some people will not attend. We have so many things like that going on. One of the best places to meet the kind of person that you will like is in a place where they are developed. It shows that they're already like-mindedness.
Yeah.
And this person too seeks to develop themselves. And
Yes.
and as you go on, guys, I would like you to address what changed whether your view has changed now of paying for an event, because you mentioned that you are one of those. Because there are many people watching me here that are in that category. They will never pay for anything that will develop them. Never. Except it's amala or food, burger. They can pay for that one. But once it is intellectual or spiritual or something that will improve them, they struggle with paying. So don't lose your train of thought. Continue what I say, but I want you to tell us, has your view changed? Go ahead.
Yeah, of course, my view has changed now. She's proof. My view has changed. So on that day, I remember that. I mean, and it's also proof that I've been hearing God on like smaller things from like way back. So I knew that I was having that nudge that like you have to be at this event. But the way I had it was like there's something I'm going to hear. Or the way I interpreted it was there's something I'm going to hear that's going to change my life. Right? So I remember I paid that money, that 10K. There was no discount. So I paid that 10K because I was like, okay.
Now, please, let's take note. 10K that time,
2012.
it would be like 300K.
If we use dollar rates of then to now, because it was last time, if we prorate at least 300, 1.5, that's times. So at the very minimum, this is like 60, 70K.
No, it's more than 60K now.
Ahead. I'm being mild, kind. You know, it might be as much as 100 actually.
It will be more than self.
So I'm like, so I get to the venue, and she's volunteering on the registration desk. So Funto was on the registration desk, she and another lady. So I get to the venue and I'm like, yeah, I need to register. So that was my name. So I go gaze. I think that time I recently released our two show and Dobale. So there was a little bit of a buzz on Twitter. So she goes, "Oh, you're the gaze." So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the gaze." And I mean, she registered me. I was not looking for a woman. I was not there to look for. In my head, I'm like, where is that one line that I'm going to in my life?
Change your life.
So I remember sitting in there, hearing the first speaker. I never hear him. Hearing the second speaker. It's still never. I'm like, where is this value for this 10K I pay? So I think the third speaker is now Pastor Inyai.
Yes.
IHEAI IHNYI. So there were some things he said, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can practice this. But then, I mean, she had caught my eye because she was walking to come in to do some stuff, to go back to surf. I mean, she cute. All right. So I mean, when I had to leave before the seminar was done, because I had to go back home, change, and then get these. So when I was leaving, I mean, I was just like, it doesn't hurt to get your contact. So can I get your? So we exchanged BlackBerry pins, and that's how we started chatting.
Okay, Funto, share your own
version
of the story.
All right, yeah. So everything that he said. So when I finished registering everyone that came, I went inside the hall to usher. All right, so I was ushering, and I noticed that somebody's eyes was following me up and down. So if I move, you know how when somebody's looking at you, you just know.
Yeah.
And then our eyes caught each other's eyes a few times. And then when he was leaving, he came to ask me for my BB pin, and we exchanged BB pins. And yeah, that's how we started talking. And I remember that when we started talking, when we started chatting on BBM, he now told me that he was in a relationship. So it's not like he was single. He wasn't single. He was in a relationship at that time. And I remember, when he told me that, so anytime we chat or anytime he messages me, the first thing I'll say is, how's your babe? Or greet her for me, so that nobody, as I didn't want anything anybody would come and say I took anybody's husband or anybody's person. But yeah, so yes, it was in that relationship when we met.
So on that good thing, I want to point out is that the fact that you were volunteering. So that's another thing people need to realize. Again, serving, making the most.
Serving my husband.
Yes, making the most of your single years. Be productive. Don't just sit down and just be waiting and praying. Because that's what most people do. Yeah.
Yes. Sir.
You were volunteering. You were serving, which is, again, you're being in the circle. People don't know that marriage, even though marriage can be spiritual, but it usually will manifest in the physical.
Yeah.
You can't accomplish it in the spiritual. So
Yes,
if you are not where you are going to meet people, you are not where you are going to socialize, then you keep praying and praying and praying. I always tell people that the well was the social point in those days. So a lot of people marriage happened at the well. They found Isaac's wife at the well. Jesus met that woman that had 6 husbands at the well. If I want to predict where she was meeting those husbands, it was at the well. It was at the well she was meeting them, and she knew how to have conversation. So I also noticed that Funto was able to talk. Some women can't talk. Some women are still doing hard to get. They are still doing, when those some women even answer chat, because guys, I've been working with people that are experiencing delay in marriage. Maybe ladies that are in their 30s, 40s, guys that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s.
Right.
And I'm seeing a lot of patterns of behavior that might have a part to play in the delays they're experiencing. Some of them don't know how to even answer chats. They can't carry on a conversation. They talk to guys as if it's interrogation, as if it's job interview. That woman by the well, she knew how to gist. She was gisting with Jesus. She was able to carry on the conversation, and she was at the well. The well is the center of activity. Even in animal kingdom, when food is scarce, all predators do is to go to the water hole, because everybody must come there at the end of the day. So whoever you are today, that brings me to another thing I wanted to talk about. We're doing something on branding and online presence, because Gates talks about culture a lot. If we don't speak in the right place, we can't change culture. All right, we can't change culture. What happens to us as church people is that we are speaking, but we are speaking in secret. We are speaking inside the church,
in silos,
and we can't shift culture like that. All right, if you are watching me, whether you're a business person, a professional, or just somebody looking for networking, either for marriage or for business, or even just a human being, you have to build your own brand. Everybody has to have some kind of footprint online that can speak truth. We have been too quiet. So this is good. So how did it morph? How did this casual gisting morph into something?
Okay, so yes, like I said, we started chatting on BBM, and then he mentioned that he was in a relationship. This was October 20th, and I remember then that the lady was in a relationship where she was serving in Abia State. I had also served in Abia State, so anytime he messages me,
Yes,
I'll be like,
what's with you and Abia State? We'll give you chieftaincy title from that side.
So I'll just always ask him, so how's your babe? How is she? Hope she's serving well, send my regards to her and all of that. All right. Then I think fast forward to December of that 2012, he sends me a message that we should come have a meeting. I remember that ICM just opened. That's ICM Ikeja City Mall. He said we should meet at the Ikeja City Mall at a restaurant. I can't remember what restaurant. But yes, I remember, going to have the meeting with him. We talked, we talked about different things, and then he mentioned to me how, was it that he mentioned to me about how, God had been telling him that, he should come out of that relationship, different things. Was it,
Is
and
it
that,
like
no,
There
it's
was
not
no
a
God.
lie now.
Which God?
No,
I
you
know
told me, no, you didn't say exactly God, but the reason, oh yeah, what's the reason?
there was no God inside that formula. There was no.
Okay, say, okay, what did you, but I know that it's something about
I mean,
you,
it
you,
was just. I mean, even before we met, I don't know how to put it. So like, I was in a relationship. I'd been in a relationship for like 3 years or so, and amazing lady. Yeah, like wasn't. I'm about to say something that's like breakup line. It's not you, it's me.
it is. But
But for
actually,
real, it wasn't. It
it
wasn't.
wasn't, it
It
was
wasn't
you.
anything to do with her. It was. It, there was just a way I knew this wasn't it.
Mm,
I could proceed and like let's just go on, but I just kind of knew I could not articulate it, and because I knew that I was with a good lady, it made me stay longer
mm,
because I'm like this feeling doesn't make sense because even my family member, my sisters were like, waiting they worry you, this girl is amazing, right? Uh, so me really end of that year we eventually did break up. It was December actually. We eventually did break up. So I mean it was around all that period that we had that conversation that Funto is speaking about. So yeah.
so yeah, so I remember, so yes, so after
I
that,
point,
after we
I
met
just
that,
point out
okay,
that no God said. He just saying God said I should come out of it. Let God come and use God line. Doesn't
okay, Shai, what you said, correct. So I remember then it was now December 31st of 2012, and um me, I'd gone for my own watch night service. I used to go to Daystar when I was single, and our own watch night service was 6 to 9 p.m. So it was about past 10. He calls me and, he says that, oh, God, yes, I mean, he's no longer in that relationship, but that God, this one you told me that God told you not to be in a relationship, that God had told him not to be in a relationship for at least 1 year. And I remember when he told me that he had broken off that relationship, to be honest, I was in my heart, I was happy. Because me, I was here thinking, okay, so now we're going to enter into the new year, new relationship, new year, new relationship, new me, all of that. Then he now comes and says, oh, that God told him not to be in a relationship for 1 year.
so? But you felt it was going to. You guys were going to go into a relationship.
Yeah. I
Why?
just felt, okay, since he has broken off, then we'll enter into the new year and start our own new year, new relationship journey. But and he said God said he shouldn't go into any relationship for a year. And I remember, then he had to, go for his own watch night service. And I remember, after we had that conversation on that call, I remember just staying there, in my room, and I just really said to God that, God, I really like this son of yours. And if it means waiting for him for 1 year, I'm willing to wait. And I said that from point of view. I mean, we've had conversations. We met in October, but we had conversations, and one of the most striking things about, my husband was that we'll just be having conversations, and the wisdom with which he would, share the depth. He wasn't
Yeah.
trying to speak Christianese. He wasn't trying to show me that he was a, man of God, but I could just see that, and this person is really, is really grounded, is really deep, is really wise, and is really following God without him trying to show me that he was following
Yes.
God.
That's
I
why.
just
That's why Holiness Department of PFM want to ban his song, and this is hairstyle. Because he's misleading the youth with his orange hair and vibing. He's vibing when we're not supposed to be vibing.
oh my goodness.
The
But yeah,
Holiness
so that was
Department
that
of
was one of the
PFM.
things And then when one time as well, when we were having conversation, they had told me that he was in a covenant of purity. I myself was in a covenant of purity, but I had never come across a guy who was in a covenant of purity. So that for me was like, where are you from? Yeah, you love God like this. You're so deep. You're so wise. You're now in a covenant of purity. So I really just told God that, God, I really want to, if it means waiting for 1 year, I would wait for 1 year for this person. But I had a conversation with God. I said, if after 1 year he comes and says, oh, you're not the one for me, God has, given me another person to get married to, that's fine. I wouldn't be upset, but that whoever God was going to send to me, or whoever God was going to send to me to be my husband, will be 10 times better than this person. That was the conversation I had with God.
Standard.
Yeah, so that's the conversation I had with God. So it wasn't I'm going to wait and he will marry me. I'm like, fine, I'm going to wait on my own volition, but if it wasn't the one, then the person has to be 10 times better. Yeah, and then I remember I think a week or so after that, I told him that I was going to wait for him. And then because he had said that God told him not to be in any relationship, we had to delete each other from BBM, that's BlackBerry. We unfollowed each other from Twitter, Facebook, all of that. So the only way we could communicate was via emails. And even the emails, maybe you just send me email once in like 3 months to check up on me and all of that.
Wow.
Yeah, and then by July, which was about 7 months into the 1 year, I think he sent me an email saying that he senses that God has released him to now, to now be in a relationship. And yeah, we started our relationship in July 2013 and we got married November 2024. No, 2014 rather. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I need to contextualize that especially for the right, because now remember that I was in a relationship, and I was in a relationship for that relationship lasted around 3 years, at least 3 years. Now I'm the one that asked that person out. I'm the one that asked that lady out. And at the point when I was asking the lady out, as far as I was concerned, I knew what I was doing. I made that call. And now that I'm now saying I'm not feeling this thing, or I don't think this is it. I felt it was a tad bit irresponsible that as a guy, and that was my first relationship. That was my first ever relationship with anyone. I was one of those guys that always had that desire of fresh relationship straight to marriage, So it was also part of the reason why I'm like, nah, I'm not breaking up. But I knew what I was sensing. So when we broke up, or when we had to break up, because I felt like I had wasted the time of a daughter of God, in a way, that's how I felt. And so I felt that I could not trust myself enough to judge myself or my decision making in the long term. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I like this. I like Funto, I like this babe. But 3 years ago, I liked this babe. Because if I didn't like her, I wouldn't have asked her.
Yeah.
So I was in a place where I could not trust my feelings. And so I needed something beyond my feelings, something stronger than my feelings. So which was why, I mean, in my own personal interactions with God, I was like, I can't just come out of a relationship and enter another one. I need time out to really almost like sanitize my mind and have something that's beyond myself. I need a word. So I mean, this is me personally. I was like, I need something stronger than myself. So which was why I communicated to her that See, yeah, I've broken up, but I can't start a relationship. I can't get into a relationship. I won't take out like a year and just go and find my God, see my God, find myself, all of that. And it was tough because yeah, we clearly liked ourselves, and because we're trying to be honest with ourselves, why we blocked ourselves on Twitter, deleted ourselves from BBM, we're in calls. It wasn't so that I could know for sure that okay, this decision I'm making, um, I have a strong backing for, and it was really necessary. It was really good that we did that because there were storms ahead, and the words that I had were the things that were what kept me. If I
Mm.
if I put it, I just wanted to realize it.
Yeah, but when you say you liked yourselves, what did you like about her?
First of all, she's my spec. First,
She was your spec.
my spec is if I should say my spec now, so people will be knowing this that waiting this. These days I have to be careful what I say. That's all right. There are interesting people on YouTube.
Mhm. Yes.
So but beautiful, and I and then beyond that, she wasn't usually because I was a member of YDI, a youth ministry, Young
Yes.
Disciples.
Yes.
By default, you are more tilted towards looking within the ministry. So my ex was in the ministry, right? And in fact, what I used to do then when I was in school, because now I was out of school, but when I was in school, if I find any babe that there's any that I can like, I will bring her in. I will invite her to the ministry. So that at least we're hearing the same thing, we're
Yes.
of the same like ideology. If I'm keeping myself from marriage, I don't have to be hoping you to do the same thing. You are already in that frame of that belief, So and then to now find someone who wasn't in the ministry or raised in the ministry, but then practicing or living by the same values was quite like, oh great, this is amazing. So that was something else. And I think the fact that also a very powerful dreamer. I think that was also strong as well, because I could tell that she had such a strong drive, and you know I knew that she was headed for.
Okay. I'm going to ask Funto now because if I even see somebody has been asking it in the comments about Gabe's financial level at the time. But before I go into that, a few quick announcements. If you are in fact, this one concerns everybody. We are doing is it a master class now or a webinar or something for everybody to work on your personal brand. Gaze is traveling around the world now, his story around the world is because people have heard his music everywhere. So it's easy to relate. If you're inviting somebody or whatever for this event, they know who you're talking about. That's the power of a brand. That's the power of online presence. I personally have toured so many places. I've done like 10 cities in Canada, 12 cities in the US, 6 cities in Australia, like 8 cities in the UK. I've been everywhere and great turnout everywhere. Why? Because it's a recognizable brand. Very simple. And a brand is not only when you're doing a business. Every human, God is the author of brand. That's why he made all of us different. And everybody has a unique message, a unique passion. That's what me and Gaze have been fighting in the body of Christ since, because they want to only use one voice, one beat, one style. That's what we've been fighting for years. That God is the author of brand. He intentionally did 8 billion people all different, meaning everybody has a unique place. Gaze sound doesn't cancel Dusin sound. and do see sound doesn't cancel gaze sound. If God wanted us to be identical, he could have done it. He intentionally gave every human being a voice, a passion, a style. So we're doing something titled Build Your Brand, Build Your Own Brand, BYOB. They are going to put the link up if you're interested in that. Please click and register. I'm going to be coaching there. Some of you that are young, I don't know if you guys know who Leke Alda is, but he's who I call the godfather of branding, literally in Africa, really. He's the godfather of branding. He's going to be speaking as coaching as well. And Gideon Vese, he has worked with me on all my platforms for years and years. And he's also a certified brand strategist and marketing strategist, So 3 of us are going to be doing a 2-day webinar, just short, online, virtual. You can join from anywhere. Register now. They will put the link. I don't know if they put the link up. Where the guys, please put that link up. Everybody needs that. Whether you're in business, gone are the days when you say you don't need online. Those days are gone. Lawyers, doctors, bank MDs, everybody is not. You can't even. I was chatting with one of my guys that does fashion, and he said, it doesn't have online presence yet, that his business is by referral. I said, that's not how it works. Even if you don't have the capacity for a large number, what you are doing over the years, document, post. Very important. Embassies now check social media handles. And you are saying it's not important, but embassies think it's important. Employers are checking social media before they employ you. Serious companies will employ you without checking that. Eligible partners will check your handle before they marry you. Investors will check. So if everybody's checking presence, then you are saying there's no need. You are living in the past if you are thinking like that. And it doesn't matter. Somebody saying, "Bobby, I'm just an ordinary person." No, we don't need you to come on this space as a consumer. Everybody is a creator. What you have to say and what you know is important. It's not about popularity. What you have to say, you are important. You are not a visible person. All right. So please, everybody go there. If people like Gaze and Funto did not intentionally build their own platforms, they won't be here. They won't be here. And like I said, I'm so happy with what I'm seeing with Gaze and Funto, with what they're doing with their pages, their lives. It is something every young person must do. I have benefited from social media so much. And I'm going to share some of the things that have helped us. I think right now I'm in 1.3 million on Instagram, about 1.5 on Facebook, about almost 600,000 on YouTube. So and I've seen the benefit. You make impact, you have influence, there's also income. So no excuse for you. So I don't know if they've put the link. Can you guys see the link? You can register immediately while we're having this conversation. Go ahead and register. All right. So let's talk a bit about this money issue. And let me also mention this. Pastor Mildred is doing BFF for single ladies. She's spending whole 3 months training single ladies because Punto didn't you didn't stumble into where you are. You did something right. There's a video Pastor Tony posted. I don't know if you guys saw it on her story, blog page, where she was where she interviewed this old couple, and the woman said at the time her husband was trying to toast her that he was the poorest and all that, people began to say they don't want poorest, and I'm saying you guys don't get it. Many of you have missed great people just because they didn't look like it at the time. And I don't know how to explain to young girls. So I've been trying to help people. A lot of people that are not married, it's not because they've not met the person, they just didn't recognize the person. So to me, I'm so proud of you. You're going to give us the gist, because at that time this boy didn't look like it, right? So tell us, what was going on financially, and
I love okay.
why did you decide to go ahead? You know, with
Okay,
it?
I love it so much, and I also hear this a lot with single ladies, especially when they say, "Oh, that they don't want to marry potential; they already want to marry someone who is already made." And yeah, I just smile. But the truth is, so when I met my husband, I was I was working then with a multinational, and I was earning 5 times more than he was. I was earning 150K at the time, and he wasn't even earning. He was getting an allowance, and he was getting an allowance of 30K monthly, and he was scouting with one of his sisters. He didn't have no car. He didn't have no place of his own. Me, I had my job. I had a car. My grandmother gave me a car to use. I mean, a car was available for me to use in that since I was, driving my grandmother's car. And then, yes, that was the situation. But there was also this guy who was on my case at the same period. This guy was a pastor in a youth church. He was working in one of the big telecommunications companies. Then he had a car, he had his own apartment, and he was making money, and he was a pastor, right? But I just knew that it wasn't him. And I remember then that he will come to the house, that's this other guy, will come to the house. And my mom will be, she would have made dinner for him, set a table for him, like, oh yes, she really liked him. And I remember when I told my mom that I was going to get married to my husband, she asked you the first one of the first questions she asked me was like, okay, what does he do? I'm like, he sings. She said, sing.
I'm telling
Like,
you.
okay, like kí ló ń ṣe gangan gan? Like,
Yes.
what work
What did
is
you
he
work?
really, really doing? Like, where outside singing, like, what's his main work? And she couldn't understand that is this person that sings, that does not have car, no anything that I want to. But I knew what I wanted, and I was just convinced. And what my major conviction was that, say, a man cannot be following God like this, cannot really love God like this, and end up a non-entity. It was impossible. And then I also had this mindset that, say, scripture already says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor. And that, so it was just in my mind that anybody I get married to, because the person has married me, he has obtained favor, and there's no way you can end up a non-entity. Because you married me, you are favored. That was really my mindset. That was really what I had in my mind. So whether he had a car or he didn't have a car, because you married me, you are going to be favored, and it might take a while, but we will get there. So I wasn't thinking about, it has to have this amount of money, it has to be working this, it has to be working that. I wasn't looking at all of that. I just knew that this person has a heart for God. We will be fine. Yeah. That
Wow.
was
That is that. So you knew how much he was earning.
Yeah, he told me, from the very first day he came to my house, right? He had, I think it was the day before Christmas of that 2012, or the day after Christmas, I can't remember. He came to my house, and, we're having a conversation. And the very first thing he said, let me just be plain to you. Yes, all this gives baba, all of that. This is how much I'm getting. So he made it really plain. He made it really clear that this was how much it was earning. And it didn't make me look at him in a different way. I didn't think about it. I wasn't that wasn't what was at my in front of me, or at the top of my mind. So it wasn't a concern that, how would we live off your 30K? That wasn't what I was thinking.
This thing you're saying, it sounds simple, but it's deep. Trust me. It's very deep. Too many girls have missed on a great guy. They've missed on their husbands. Like I said, I've been working with singles that appear to be delayed. Many of them have met a husband in the past, so they didn't just know. The person they are praying for has already come, and they've driven him away, and they are looking for another one. They didn't know that God has answered them long ago. So, number one, you did not have a dependence mindset. The ladies of today, they have the mindset that nothing is in my own head, and nothing is on my own head, that only my husband will think everything. But from what you're saying, you already said, look, as long as you marry me, I'm also going to bring favor.
Yeah.
I'm also going to work. You see, you didn't have a dependence mindset. And that's what a lot of ladies from Africa especially have. The mindset that me, I'm useless, I'm not bringing anything, I'm not worth anything. Everything has to be what the man is bringing. And because of that, they've missed a lot of things. So that is so powerful. And you were able to see that God potential in him. Because let's get it clear, we're not saying go and look for the poorest person. The issue, the secret here is not poverty or lack, because some people don't get it. Oh, hey, some people were poor and they remain poor. We're not saying go and look for just a poor or a broke person. No. Gates had a lot of things. They were not just in financial, physically, but he had things more than money. So I will let him talk. But before we do that, please don't forget, if you need the BYOB link, they've posted all these things. Look for it. I don't know whether you guys will pin it or how you will do it so that people will see it, or something like that. Or you put a phone number as well that people can just WhatsApp a copy. Everybody needs to join that branding class. It's a limited seat class. So if you know it's something you want to do, really everybody should do it. In this day and age, not to have presence online is just crazy. Nobody's going to relate to you seriously. They can't check your history. So please don't play with it. Don't play with it. Then if you're a single lady, there's BFF. It's a whole 3 months facilitated to mentoring you virtually, of course. And what we intend to do, Gaze and Funto, is that when we mentor these people, my personal will mentor ladies, I'll mentor guys, and we'll find a way for them to interact. You guys met because you both came for a similar event. You see, people, Christians, you know, I know Gaze is at the forefront of this. Christians confuse supernatural, how supernatural works. It's super unnatural. There's something natural going on that God's favor or God's hand comes on. But when Christians pray, they're thinking purely spiritual. That's what they're thinking. It doesn't work that way. You both of you came for an event. If you were both in your houses just speaking in tongues and fasting, you would not be. And you know, I've never seen somebody as calm as God. You can be doing foolishness like this, God will just be looking at you like this. He will not be moved. He will not be perturbed. He will not be straight. You'll be looking at your foolishness, and time will be going. He'll be looking at you that one day you will have sense. He will not panic. No, he'll be looking at you like this, that if you don't want to have sense, Abi, with all the wisdom flying around, you still have not learned. Because how some people are doing, they'll stay in their house. Come for BFF, mentoring for single ladies, you won't come. Come for this one. But God do it. God do it. No. One unique thing about your story, both of you were at a self-development. You were seeking to improve yourselves. It's not a coincidence that you met in that kind of place. Some people are just speaking in tongues. Speaking in tongues. That's all they are doing. You will be very anointed single. If you don't do business, be very anointed broke person. That's what will happen. There has to be a natural for the super to come on top. Very important. You own a business now, you're a career person, you're even just a human being, you have no online presence. If they search you, it's faceless, nameless, helpless. You are not helping us. We are in a battle. Ask Gaze, we're in a battle of cultures. Everybody is speaking. They are doing it subtly. If you see Netflix, they know what they're doing. If first time you watch the series, they will introduce the agenda in season 2. The first time you watch it, you'll be angry. Now, what kind of thing is this? The second time you watch it, you won't be as angry. The third time you watch it, you won't even notice. Because they are constantly speaking.
Yeah.
But a lot of us, we have pages, we have this thing, but no presence. We are only consuming. God didn't create us to only consume. You can't be consuming. Everything everybody's sharing, they are pouring it inside you. And you are not telling us what you think or what you believe. So please, go register. The team, please be checking people that register. I want to acknowledge them here as they register. So register, I'll call your name to see how many people have registered. Single ladies, don't forget, BFF is the one that is for you if you're a single lady. Of course, some single ladies should be in both self because they both concern you. All right, so Gabe, tell us your own story. What gave you mind? You saw this woman, and again, we have to give context. 150K that time is not chicken change. If you were earning 150K, then you're a big girl. You're doing well. All right. So you have to give context. It's not 150K of today. Oh, please don't look at it like that. So what gave you chest? You are earning 30K allowance, safe. Not even salary.
Yeah.
You see this babe earning 150K. Tell us how it happened.
I was Odogu in my mind. You know, first of all, I tell people that what you should look out for is that the person is gainfully engaged. Not as in, I say engaged, not like employed. Employed means that you are employed in a place you are working. So for instance, if I were working at a bank or wherever and I was getting paid 5K or 70, in nominal terms, I would have been earning more than I was earning as an allowance at the time. But the potential trajectory is different. So I was gainfully engaged. I had my work. So even though my mother-in-law couldn't understand that was work, but my wife understood work. And she knew that, okay, this is the P this guy is on, and it will work one day. Right? But more importantly, I think that everyone's essence is communicated through what comes out of their mouth. So she can hear me paint pictures. She can hear me talk about my journey, about my life, about my assignment, about where I'm headed, about what I'm going for. And I feel that she could hear from her book and what I said that this was a temporary circumstance that would change in no time. I also believe that deep calls onto deep. There's a kind of woman that resonates with a kind of man. There's a kind of woman that can see 2020. This thing is not, in a way, gone technically. It's not so. It's spiritual, but at the same time, not like say it's too spiritual like that. Because all things being equal with God's favor, if you look at, for instance, if someone is working on AI now and is building an app, is building apps, and you have, even if it's just the slightest idea, you can tell that this person is dedicated to this thing. This person is disciplined. This person lives righteously and lives for God, which means that God is leading this person. And you can see dedication and commitment to the work, to what is in the person's hand. The Bible says, whatever your hands find to do, do it with all your heart. If you see that this person, there is something that the hands have found to do, and the person is doing it with all his or her heart, and the person is living right and living God, there's no way that person won't make it. There's no way. Is biblical principle.
Yes. So this thing you're saying is from both sides as well. It's for the women to be able to see it in the guys. It's for some guys to also see it in themselves. Because when I saw the single men, a lot of them said the reason they are not married, they don't have money. And I said, how are people that are getting investors? How are they getting investors? They have zero, but they are able to convince somebody, go and bring your billions.
So good.
On zero, because they have a sellable idea. They have a sellable personality. They have a sellable concept. That's all life is about. You don't always need cash. And I don't know why young people can't understand that. They think all of us started with money. That's why I'm bringing you here. As they are seeing you traveling around the world, they'll think, maybe Baba had rich parents that they gave him whatever billion that he used. These are the misconceptions young people have. So let them hear now how you marry. All of us married from nothing. We
Mm.
were just sellable. We were first confident. What I tell the single guys, I said,
Yeah.
I'm not saying sell something you don't have. I'm saying have something you can sell.
Yes, sir.
Don't go and tell a girl you are something you are not. No, be something that you can present to somebody and they will buy into it. Whether it's a girl or an investor or followers, all those things are currency. If you have something you can sell, go ahead, guys.
If you have capacity, like you have substance, a virtuous woman can see it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Virtuous it. A virtuous woman can hear it. Sometimes the woman in question is not virtuous or can't see. Sometimes the man in question is not carrying anything.
Yes. True.
Yeah,
Very true.
So if anybody says I was fortunate or my wife was fortunate, no, I'll say we were both fortunate that we could connect. We connected with kindred spirits.
Yes.
Mm.
And it also matters. Everything connects. Where you go, where you hang out, what you spend your time doing, what you spend your time doing on yourself. Before my wife and I met, my wife out by herself, go to a restaurant by herself. She'll take out. She'll go with a journal. She'll spend time with God alone, and she will buy stuff. She'll buy maybe snacks and be fellowshipping with God over a lunch, over brunch, right? You can see you can see how the mind is thinking, right? I so okay, it's not like how do I explain this thing? It's also not spec. I've met the other specs. I've met their specs are half a dozen everywhere. If not about shape and spec full everywhere. But to find your spec, kindred spirit that you connect emotionally, you connect intellectually, you connect spiritually. Now that's the real deal. Now when you find that and you communicate and you vibe, may the Lord give you understanding.
Yeah.
But for real, I was ready. I mean, like I said, the day we met, it was like, oh, you're the gays. I was already gays. We met in 2012 October. I began my professional career in 2010. So I had been gays for 2 years. I'd been a rising artist for 2 years. And for you to hear that I said when I went to a place and I'm like, see, babe, it looks like things can heat up and we become serious. Let me tell you what is on ground right now. The reason why that had to be communicated was because there can be perception beyond the actual that you think like, oh, this guy is getting 200 grand regularly. And I'm like, those days will come. But right now, because if you are to live life with someone and you're trying, this is your soulmate, this is someone that you guys are going to rise together, you must know where you are at that time. Yeah, we're headed for super great, but this is where I am now. And if you listen to me and you hear the words that come out of my mouth, you know I always. But we have to know where we are now and where we are walking from. So I was able to communicate all of that clearly, with dignity, because I didn't feel small.
Mm.
Very important.
Time was
Very
small.
important. You see, the issue is not that you didn't feel small. The issue is that you were not small. You get? We're not saying you should become something you are not. We're saying become that thing that if people see good things, they know good things. People are not dull.
Yeah.
Like you said, if your people are doing AI, there's some people that we can see now, the path they are working. Even all this Facebook and co we are on, people invested in these things because they could see it. He could say it. So we're not saying go and start selling something you are not or you don't have. No, have something that you can sell. That when you finish talking about that vision or passion, anybody that comes near you will say this person will make it. So we're not talking about loafers, because there's some people that forever and ever they will keep talking and planning and they will never get there. That's not who we're talking about. But if you are discerning, if you're prayerful, you can look at someone and say, you know, I'm going to ride this journey with this person. I'm going to invest in this person. And, you know, I try to tell young people this. I'm happy that they can see life examples. And there's so many examples. When I also met my wife, she was doing masters. I had OND. And I always say O is for ordinary. N is national. That national is Nigeria. I'm had masters, you know. But nothing. It had never, and of course I had no income. I was a pastor, young pastor. My church was not paying me or anything. So I was just living by faith. Oh, but if you hear me talk about my dreams and vision and every single thing I told my wife more than 20 years ago. In fact, she's the one that reminds me of some of them now. Every single thing. I told her we'll travel around the world. We'll do conferences around the world. You know, nowadays, because of how much we've traveled, it will start happening to gays now. You start not seeing it. When I'm watching a movie and they mention one random small city, I'll say, I've been there. You relate. You actually even know some buildings. You're in Milan now, and other places. Anytime you're somewhere and they're showing a movie and they're showing Milan, it's not an abstract thing to you anymore. And when me and my wife sit down and watch movies, they just mention Vancouver or they mention one extreme place that the average person has not been to, Halifax. You know, one thing we'll say we recognize that place. We've been there. I told her all things when I had no salary, I had OND. And all of them have come to pass now. Every single thing. So listen, guys, these things work. And I'm going to clock 50 in a few months. I'm going to clock 50 in a few months.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, so in a few months, it's still some months away. But one of the things that have been on my heart is to help men especially get to their destination. As men and women age, they have, you know, different things that they use to measure how their life is going. As we get older, trust me, a time will come, it will be a time of reckoning. You'll be checking because you know you're running out of time. You'll be checking, have I done the thing? You know, Paul said, I've finished my race, I've completed my course. There's a season of life like that where you check if have I done the right thing? Have I completed it? And I look into the eyes of a lot of men, gays. I look into the eyes of a lot of men and I can see they feel they've not hit their opportunities well. They've not maximized their potentials. They've not been everything that maybe they had as a vision in their heart. They've not achieved it. You know, and I know the pain that can bring to a man, the regret that can bring to a man. And I'm currently doing something with men to work on their next 5 years. If you're a man, to work on your next 5 years. There is a principle that says you can literally be almost anywhere in the next 5 years if you start planning. Almost anywhere. My wife just sent me my 5-year goals because I gave her the things. She asked me, what are the things you wanted to have achieved by the time you are 50? So I sent her it in a chat. She sent it back to me some days ago. I think only one of the things there is not yet, not that it's not in motion, that is not yet, you know, fully looking like it. But the other things I listed there, every single one, and I can't mention them now because they are sensitive, but every single one, you know, has come to pass. And I want to guide a group of men. I want to guide a group of men to help them plan their next 5 years. Your next 5 years will come, whether you prepare or not, it's going to come. The issue is that you might be in regret when it comes, or you might be in rejoicing when it comes. I want it to be rejoicing when it comes. So if a man watching me, I'm doing it just for men. If the ladies push my hand, I might open it for women, but I'm really targeting just men. I'm really targeting just men. I want to work with men for the next 5 years of their lives. You want to plan, you want us to sit down. I want to show you the principles, how you can, both financial goals. And look, I'm going to teach you how to dream. Anything you want to write, we're going to work on it and have those dreams. Trust me. I read my own again some days ago, and I was amazed how, in fact, before 5 years, because the 5 years is going to be by next year, April. That's when it's going to be 5 years. But everything's almost complete even now. So trust me, guys. If you're a man, I'm doing that VIP inner circle coaching. All right. They will put up the link as well for that. A few of my friends are going to be in that coaching with me. Kule Shorion will be there. He's a known futurist. We're talking about the next 5 years of your life. Olumide Emmanuel is also there. He's a financial guru. There are one or two other people that I don't want to mention their names yet. But trust me, we're going to work with you for a full year and then for 5 years. So the first leg is a full year. Jump on it. All right. Jump on it. The link is also there. Send to any man you know. If you're a man here, you want to achieve it, join that one as well. It will help you. Don't forget, there's the BFF single ladies. They will put the link for you. And there's the build your own brand for those interested in branding, building a platform online and things like that. All right. So we're heading towards the end of it. I have two more things I want us to talk about. Two more things.
Yes, sir.
You guys did not have sex before marriage.
Yep.
Because if I hear you, that's another thing young people think is impossible. These two people did not have sex before marriage. Tell us about that. How did you guys come about it? What happened?
Okay, I mean, like I said earlier, it was during those days of our early conversations when he mentioned that he was in a covenant of purity, and I also was already in a covenant of purity. I had entered into that covenant of purity when I was in my 200 level in school. Interestingly, Pastor Joe, who is the founder of YDI, the youth group that he was in, had come to my school, Covenant University, and after a session, he made an altar call for those who want to sign up for this covenant of purity. And I just was very led to do that. And then when we met and then we started dating, right, I think that, I mean, one of the things that helped us, so how for us we didn't have like well, I mean, I wouldn't say that everybody should, but this was our own journey. We didn't have, like, how they say, who have a pastor who is your accountability partner or your accountability person, all of that. We didn't have that person, or we didn't have, but we had, I mean, all my friends who we got married together, all got married as virgins. His own friends as well. So we had that, our circle was just like-minded. So, and even when, you remember I said that we hired a car. So I remember then when I was working, sometimes guys will come pick me in the morning from the house. He'll take me to the office, right? Drop me at the office. Then he'll use the car to do certain things and come back in the evening to pick me. And then we'll get home in the evening, and then we are staying in the car to talk. And then we're staying in the car, and next thing we are hugging, next thing is getting to, okay, we are pecking, and then I remember there was a particular time when we now said, you know what, to avoid stories that touch, once we get to the house, we are not staying in the car again. We leave the car and we go inside the house. So yes, we had boundaries like that kind of like just really helped us to.
So it wasn't that it was easy.
No, it wasn't easy. No, I mean, I was really attracted to him. We're both attracted. We're very actually. No, it wasn't easy. We're both attracted to each other, and
But he's saying he's a fine boy. He's saying he's a fine boy. That you're the one that couldn't keep your hands away from him.
But I think that the weight of we are in a covenant, and this is a covenant with God. The weight of that knowing was also a major part of what kept us, right? Yeah, I think yes, it wasn't easy. So we had those boundaries. Yeah, I don't know if you guys want to say anything, but I think
of
that's
course, you must say something.
It was if it's easy, you should check yourselves. It's not supposed to be easy. Worth it. But it was worth it. Of course, it was very worth it, and I encourage you to do the same thing. So I had been in a covenant of purity since I was 15, going on 16. I think she came into the corner to pretty when she was, I don't know, 17. I don't know the time. But I was not a religious person. Me, I was born in church. I grew up in church. My parents, all of that. But I mean, I've told my story about how I got into a covenant of purity and how I feel like God hypnotized my mind to, I didn't say it's painful. I didn't say painful. I say it's not easy. I just understand it might be painful. Why is it? Because I didn't say it's I said it's not easy because you're attracted to this person.
Yes.
Do you understand? You see, let's say it's plain. You're attracted to this. It's not like I don't want to grab boobs. I wanted to. It's not like I didn't want to grab behind. It's not like I didn't want to.
Yeah.
You should have those urges, which is why even Paul said better to marry than to born. That
Yeah.
born about there is not the born of we born the world. It's not that born. Is emotions and feelings and literal sexual urges. Right? You're gonna marry this person. You better be sexually attracted to the person. Because even being attracted to the person, you go still get attractions later. It's better to is how do I put it? If you are, it's better to for there to be when there's temptation. It is temptation that is contesting with who you are attracted to, not temptation as contesting who you are not attracted to. That's double wahala.
Yeah.
Right? So because you're attracted to this person, deciding to wait for marriage is going to take effort. It's going to take wisdom. It's going to take evolving boundaries. You set your boundaries and you keep checking. We did not set car boundary before, but when we saw that,
Yes, it was leaking from that side.
like, let's. So we kept talking about it. So maybe it's one small peg before, then it's lip on lip. Then you're like, if we continue on this tangent, let's not stay inside car again. Let's go inside. At least if you are inside in the house, that's some more
For some people, they have to come out from the house to the car. The car is safer for them because that house is too cozy.
You have to yourself.
Yeah.
You have to be honest with yourself. If it means a lot to you, if it's important to you, which it should be, then you need to be honest with yourself. And also, don't, once you know that this is the person, don't date for too long. Don't cut.
Yes.
And marry. So you can have a great time to the glory of God.
That's another thing. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why people are doing long relationship. Really, some of you are already married because the way you're living. Some people are living together. Some are already having sex on a regular basis, like weekly. I say you're doing everything. What remains now by making you not to be married? You're already married. You're already cooking for each other, cleaning for each other. You are married. We are just living in sin for nothing. You're just walking in obedience for nothing. So jump on it and get married. Don't date for too long. I don't like those long courtship. And interestingly, we're doing something called intentional, right now for couples, people that are in relationship, dating, courting. You want to do premarital counseling is ongoing as well. The link, they'll put the link to if you want to join that. It's virtual, so anywhere you and your partners you guys can join. There's an ongoing class now that you can join, and attend tomorrow. The class is going to hold tomorrow, so you have to join today if it's something you like. You're in relationship, you're in courtship. There's nothing like hearing the same things. Nothing like hearing the same things. That way, you are not explaining. There are some discussions I and my wife have never had. because we as in all these things people say money, that your money is my money. We've never had those discussions because we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
We had discussion about submission or no submission. We're on the same wavelength. But when you see when people are hearing different things, never been aligned, then they argue out every single step. You have to argue it out. That's is draining. So if you are here in courtship or in relationship or dating, whatever you call it, please sign up for that. You can join tomorrow. It's the class that's going to hold tomorrow, so you can register for that today. If you're a single man, we have a Telegram. If you're a man, actually, we have a Telegram group for you if you're a man. So they'll put that up. It's called Mentality, and I mentor men there as well. So please, they'll put that link up or the number up. Join the Telegram group. We'll be sending stuff there. All right. Don't forget the other things I've mentioned about branding. Some of the best people on branding will talk to us. Lady Elder will be there. I'll be there. Gideon Vese will also be there. You can build your page or your presence, your online presence, build your brand, find your own voice. One of the things, because I'm going to start to round up now, this was the last stretch of it. One of the things Gaze has done consistently is finding his voice and staying true to his voice, even when it did not make sense. Today, now, when people are farming with him and he's just getting started, we believe that this momentum will continue like that. But many people are farming now with him, but he has maintained his voice, his mission, his message, his passion, even when it did not make sense. So, Gabe, let me ask you, how now? I don't know. There are so many things inside this part of the question. So I'll ask you in bits. First of all, how did it feel when that song just blew more than normal? How did that feel? Let me start with that.
To be honest, I'm still coming to terms with it. I'm still coming to terms with it because it's been prophesied, and a lot of there was a heightened frequency of prophecies last year. It was heightened everywhere I went. Lagos, on Manchester. I'm just someone that just had a word. I just had a word. So last year was quite intense. So, but I didn't know it. I didn't know how it was gonna come. So I honestly didn't see it coming from no turning back. To be honest, we did not see it coming. Nobody on the team, not me, not Pastor Lawrence, not my manager, not Pastor Lawrence's people. None of us could have envisaged that level or this level, So we've had to learn on the job.
Yeah.
We've had to ride the wave. We've had to recognize the wave and ride the wave, because the lazy man is not the person that doesn't hunt. The lazy man is the person that does not roast what he took.
He hunts, yes.
So the lazy man actually hunts and catches spoil, but doesn't roast it. So it doesn't go the full way. It doesn't make the most of
it.
So I mean, when you hear stuff like that, it can give you chills. It can give you chills because you are just hoping that you maximize this opportunity that God has brought your way. So how does it feel? Yeah, it feels great. There are things that help to temper, you don't go overboard.
Yes, stay grounded.
I'm not in my early 20s.
Yes.
I'm not in my early 20s anymore. That's one. My mom also passed like a month before this happened.
Yeah.
So to be honest, even that reality, the reality of that transition plays a part in understanding the level nature of whatever you want to call success. So yeah, it's great. It's all of this happening, but it has happened so closely to my mom passing and my mom transitioning to glory and going to be with the Lord that I have moments by myself where I hope people understand what I'm saying. I have moments by myself where, as great as it is, I can still see the earthliness. Yeah, not worldliness, the earthliness. Vanity, because it's not vanity. You know, I say at the end of the day, everything is vanity. So I won't call it vanity. But it's like there is more to life, there's more to eternity than this earth level success. So I can see it with the right prism. I can see it through the right prism. I can see it for the tool that it is. I can see it for the window that it for the door that it is, for the tool that it is. So I can say, okay, what has God brought this for? What am I supposed to use? So you don't convert means to an end. It is a means. So it's like, how do I navigate this right to achieve what God wants me to achieve with it?
So
I mean,
yeah, but there were songs you felt will do this well instead of this one, right?
I mean, I was telling, I thought God has interesting ways that He shows you His God. God has interesting ways He shows you His God. This song, whether financially, a spiritual activity, like actual direct spiritual activity, I do much. Financially is almost as good as I didn't do nothing for the production. So this was, I mean, we have an album that we've started making since last year. Amazing songs, new sound.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's where my eye had been. I shared the episode that I had with Pastor Lauren on Black Flame. We shared the story behind how it was made. People should check it out. It's on my YouTube, Black Flame with Gaze Baba. So you hear the story behind. I actually shared how I was slacking on it and the Holy Spirit had to wake me.
Yeah, are you sleeping on these things?
Guys, I brought you this low-hanging fruit and you're slacking. Are you okay? So it put a sense of oil in my head, in my heart, in my mind. And so okay, let's do this thing. And we do it. And 1 week, I mean, days before the song had blown, before the song was out. Nobody's seen that kind of thing before. Not even the mainstream guys. The song had blown. It had gotten like 200,000 TikTok videos before the song was released.
Wow.
So it's like nobody can explain. I myself, I'm a participant inside the formula we God make, and nobody should take glory for that. Right? I was telling people, say, man, God against us pray. Yeah, I did pray, but people like say I pray on top of this song. I did pray normal. I did fast normal. I say if there's song that I pray directly over, was little drops and it didn't go anywhere.
There were so many that we were, me particularly, is one of my favorite. Elijah level.
So if it's by feature, legend.
Yes.
Yeah. Elijah level, yeah, did great. Yeah. Nothing near.
Yes.
This. So it's completely a God wave.
Yes.
And so one must be circumspect, be wise, and say, waiting God bring this thing for.
Yes.
And how do you not lose the essence of it? So don't get sucked into the moment and then tabernacle on something that's supposed to be a launch pad.
Okay. Second part of the question. Funta, I'll still come to you, but I'm asking him some things. How
Yeah.
did you feel when you saw some of the negative,
Comments,
reactions?
criticisms.
Yes.
To be honest, PK, be very honest. Touch me. And I'm being very, very. My wife knows. I'm being very. It's like it just drops off the skin because I've embraced my difference
Mm.
and I don't owe anybody understanding.
Mm. Mm.
The responsibility of your understanding is not on me.
Yes. Yes.
If you do not understand my call, my assignment, my mission,
Yes.
I will be wasting precious time trying to explain it to you. The
Yeah.
time that to pursue
Okay.
mission, we use it
Mm.
explaining to you who is neither who nor who I'm sent to. So why the heck will I be wasting time with you? You are not
Yeah.
my audience. You are not my sender. So you don't matter in the equation of my destiny.
Yeah.
So I've been God has cooked me in time
Yeah.
Mm.
and built, will I say, spiritual thick skin in me. So I watch some. I actually see some of these things, read some of these things. I see for some I smile like, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I just like, for some it's like, for some I honestly feel empathy.
Yes.
Like, oh my shit. But it's not for me to be explained to you, and I can't come and be explained to you. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Be all right.
But some media calls it audience of one.
Mm.
Audience of one, or it's only God that is the main audience.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Because like you said, people like me, I've been in the business of shaping culture right from time. So when I got saved, newly came into the body, I found out that only one pattern of thinking was popular, only one way of doing things. Our trouser must be short, our skirt must be long, we cannot do makeup, all this kind of boring thing. And I came from the world, when we did Black Flame, me and you talked about that. When you see
Yeah.
some pastors that were a bit in the worldly setting before they got saved, you will see that they bring some of that exposure, as opposed to some people that they were born in church, everything was in church. They don't, so they have a way of seeing music, they have a way of seeing
Mm.
light. This kind of orange hair you are carrying now, for them is ungodly.
Gold, gold,
Mm.
gold, gold. PK, gold.
Gold, gold,
Golden boy.
yes, it's a
Golden
golden
boy.
boy. But yeah, for them is ungodly. So I've always been in the impression that, look, Jesus did not wear t-shirts, did not wear suits.
I mean, if I
Mm.
can share, sir,
Mhm.
Jesus intentionally picked 12 uniquely different people as his disciples. There was a tax collector that was excellent with numbers. There was a fisherman that was stubborn. There was a fisherman that was calm. There was a fisherman that was self-conceited and thought he was the best thing after sliced bread. That's John, who always called himself the one that Jesus loved.
I
There
just love him.
there was Nathaniel that he called a Jew without guile. There were different guys. There was this guy that used to be with John the Baptist. I think that was Philip, correct? So he picked different kinds of guys. Even with the difference across the 12, he still, after he had gone, he still had to go after another one that was legalistic and was against him before. He said, this guy, his attributes, his heart, his drive, his ruggedness, I need it for the gospel. So Jesus went by himself to go and win Paul, because he
Mm.
said that's unique
Yes.
for for the assignment to go to the Gentiles. He knew he couldn't send Peter.
Yes.
Went to go and meet Peter, gave him what they call it 3 times. Peter said the same thing.
That's it.
Jesus said, chop. You say, no, you can't eat what's unclean. You are telling the of cleanliness that you cannot eat what is unclean. Jesus like, guys, I beg, we need to find someone that can go and meet these Gentiles. It's not this guy. Let's guys stay in the fold. Let him stay facing the Jews. Then he goes to Paul by himself. So is it Ephesians 3:10? No, it's not. I think it's the one that talks about the plan was to show the manifold wisdom of God.
Yeah.
And we have showcased so far for so long a unidirectional God, a God of one way. It has to be one way. The scripture calls it the manifold wisdom of God. How much of God's wisdom and the various is shown, and it's not to man, it's to principalities. We never even show wisdom to man. How we want to take show to principalities?
So we're glad that it's catching on. Music doesn't have to be temple music only. It doesn't have to be worship music only. We have a social life in God. In weddings, we won't sing worship in weddings. We won't sing worship in birthday. Young people must dance. Whether you give them music to dance or not, they will still dance. It's better to dance our music than that dance. You won't stop them from dancing. And because some people's personality is be sober and vigilant, they think that's the only way. They've not grown to accept, other flavors that God has. So thank you for holding the fort and being there. So so we want to hear, how do you feel? Because you invested in this before all of us. How do you feel?
How do I feel? I think that I've not really sat to ask myself how I feel, but yes, I'm excited that what I'd seen before, the old is now beginning to see it, right? And for me, it really just felt like, like you also said, it's not something like like last year. I felt like last year God kind of, there were prophecies, there were certain consecrations God put both of us on, just to prepare. We knew that something was coming, but we didn't exactly know what it was, so somehow spiritually we're prepared, but then it happened and it just felt like a new season came. And the season came, and for me, as his wife, right, and being the mother of our kids, it was like, now I'm asking God, okay, this season has come, what is our priority now? It just felt like it came upon us, and I wasn't exactly ready, but now I'm like, okay, Holy Spirit, this has come. What do I need to do? So, now my husband, is in Milan right now. The other day was in Prague, he was in Germany, he's going all over the world. I have to be the one who is at home to be with the kids, to go for school functions and all of that, and then I'm just, of course I want to travel. Of course, I also want to get on a flight and be catching flights and not catching feelings, but I can't do that now, right? So it's just understanding, okay, this season has come upon us, and I am grace. There's grace for us, for both of us, for our family, and then also for our marriage. So certain discussions we didn't have before, like, okay, how do we need to be more intentional about keeping our marriage? How do we need to be more intentional about, something that we didn't used to do before, for instance, with the boys. He was telling the boys, every day or as often as possible, they're going to be having 15 minutes daddy time. We didn't used to have that before. Daddy time means that daddy is not home. Okay, anywhere in the world daddy's going to call on video call, and we're going to talk about everything that happened in the day. That wasn't what we were doing before, because daddy was usually home. And then I remember my son the other day asking me, why is daddy traveling every time? Why is daddy now traveling every time? And I'm like, that's because daddy is now more famous, and he has to take the gospel. So it's just a change of season, and understanding that with every season there are protocols, with every season there are certain things that will go to the back burner and certain things that will become priority, and just understanding, okay, what is this season about and how to really, maximize it. Yeah. So I think for me, that's, yes, I'm happy, but it's also just understanding that, this season has now come. Things cannot be as it used to be. Now we're going to be having more conversations about, marriage, about, okay, now how are we handling our finances? How are we handling the children? Who is going to shop for what? How are we doing what? So having those conversations, communicating deeper, communicating clearer, right? Yes. Yeah, I think that's how it has been for me.
Somebody was asking that if Funto is older than Gaze.
No.
Okay. So, Funto, audience, where I'm going to allow you ask them one question. I'll just allow you ask Gaze one question. I'll allow you ask Funto because of time. But Funto, let me ask you, what will you say to the ladies that say things like, I can't marry a man that is not rich, or I can't date a man that is not rich?
I mean, everyone has their preferences, right? And I mean, at the end of the day, so God will grant the desires of our hearts. But I mean, like you said, a lot of people have missed great people because of certain biases. And a lot of time, people forget that gold in real form doesn't look like gold. It has to go through process, and a lot of time, except you want to marry someone that is really older, that maybe has married before, someone that's taking the time to process him, and all of that, is rare to find someone that is already ready made the exact way you want it, right? So a lot of times people don't want to go through that process of, we are building together, we're growing together. Personally, I wouldn't have it any other way, right? Let's grow together, let's build together. So whatever, however God, elevates us, bless us, we know that He brought us together. I mean, we've been through the down, the up, the everything together. So we have a deeper understanding of each other, which, I mean, so in seasons like this, right, I'm not scared like, this person is now going to change. This person, I know it cannot change, because when we were not where we are, this is it, and now it's still the same person, because I've seen him through various seasons. Yeah.
All right. Somebody say just Google your age. There is no a kid. Of course, Gaze has been, again, I understand the phase he's in, because I went through it, many, many years ago. He has been doing whatever he's doing now that people are shouting about. He has been doing it every day, all day, every day for years. So when I travel around the world and I teach on relationship, people are like, where have you been? I said, I've been doing this for 30 years. I've been preaching the same message for 30 years. You are just the one hearing. I've been on the round. So I know the phase he's in. It feels like I've been here, I've been doing this thing, I've been working with secondary school students, with youths, with kids, but it's just the appointed time, and the world will know of him, will hear of him, and we feel the impact, of his calling and of his ministry, and all that. So before I take the one questions each, I just want to reiterate some of the things going on that we've mentioned. Number one, building your brand, building your own brand. With me, Dr. Leke Alda, Gideon Vese, we're talking to you about how to build your brand, find your voice, how to use your platform, how to build your platform on social media. Everybody checks your handles now. Embassies, employers, investors, even eligible partners, they will check your pages. So you must have a footprint, a digital footprint. Very, very important. We want to help you with that. They'll put the link there, how you can register for that. If you are a single lady, Pastor Muta is doing 3 months mentoring with single ladies, BFF. 3 months. She will talk to you guys every week for 3 months. Not every day, but every week for 3 months, and mentor you. So it's something you will like. And the end point is that the kind of ladies that attend this kind of things are the ones who will connect with the guys we also mentor, so that you get to meet. And even if you already have a man in your life, the mentoring will help you be a good wife and a good person. It's not even just about marriage. It's in meetings, in self-development meetings like that these two people you are looking at, that's how they met, because they were seeking to prove themselves. Very important. The third one is intentional. It's for those that are in relationship or courtship, want to do premarital counseling. Pastor Peter and I are doing it for the first time in a long time. We've not had that time to do it ourselves. Our team members do it for people, but this is the first time in a long time both of us are actually the ones doing the premarital classes. Loads of assignments, loads of assessments. It will really be powerful. So please take advantage of that and register for that. If you and your spouse, you can attend that one tomorrow. It's already happening, so it's happen tomorrow. Then the last one is the inner circle. It's my mentoring for men. It's a VIP inner circle mentoring for men. I'm going to be working with you about your next 5 years. Trust me, your next 5 years will come whether you prepare for it or not. It might either end up in regret or in rejoicing. Depends on how you work it. So I want to mentor you. Me and some group of experts. Kule Shorian will be there. Olumide Baden will be there. One or two other global icons will be there to mentor you in every area of your life, to cover business, relationship, personality. We'll work with you your goals for your next 5 years. That's what it's about. So it's something you want to register for. So they'll put all these links out there. All right. So I don't know what question we're going to ask Gaze now or ask Fontona. Let me see. Will the branding course address branding for business? Yes, it's going to cover every kind of branding, both your personality, your business, your social media pages, growing the followership, everything that involves your digital footprint. All right. On a message, you want to do BFF, register. What are you waiting for? Don't want to. Go ahead and register. Sign up. Sign up. Say, can I go over what the branding course entails? Everything, finding your voice, building your platform, building your page, your unique message, your difference, different things like that. It doesn't make sense. I wish I could go. I don't want to go into the long story. Coca-Cola is not the best soft drink in the world. It is just the best known soft drink in the world. That there's a big difference. It's not the best soft drink in the world. It's the best known. So when you sit idle quietly, you're just stressing yourself. You need to come out, let people know you. All right. So I don't know what questions we'll ask. Who has good questions for us? Either for phone or again, somebody's asking, how often do you give her money during those days?
Which day?
Those days now, when you were see anything.
Those days when there was no money.
Yes.
So, I mean, the way my wife and I have run our marriage or our family has been like God supplies the family, regardless of through whichever channel He supplies it. So, for most parts of the 10 years, maybe my total of 1 year with that 10 years, the bulk of the financial commitments were actually supplied through my wife's endeavors. Within the last few months, the jungle don't mature through my side. So I mean, and it feels good. It feels good to be able to relieve my wife of any of all that, so she can be the baby girl that she's always meant to be.
Yes, no, she's complex. Yes.
Yeah. So
yes,
time that you're asking about, everything I had went into the family.
yeah.
So maybe to handle certain kinds of things where some of the bigger things were handled through work and stuff that came through my wife's side. All right. But we always put everything that we had into whatever was necessary to be done in the house. And I've consistently led the home.
Very important.
Very important. I've consistently led the home, regardless of where I came from. We've made decisions together, but we know we know who the authority has been ceded to.
Yes,
It's not own authority. The authority is good, but it's set into you are the one to lead this home, and then you have to lead the home. You have to make the decisions. You have to cast the vision for them and say, okay, this is the direction in which we are going. This is how we're executing this. This is how all of that. Yeah. And leadership is knowing, for instance, if your wife is better with certain things, leadership is allowing the best talent to handle the best the tasks that they are best. That's actually leadership. When you are doing everything, or you are the one in charge of everything, it just means that and assign the right roles to the best suited.
In that
and
area.
These are the resources that are available for this institution. How do we execute these resources, best utilize these resources for the good of the home? And that's how we've always moved thus far.
Powerful. If you are married, if there are any married people in this session, please just type married or give me a thumbs up in the comments and let me know if there are married people here. Somebody asked, do we have a matchmaking platform? We don't really call it a matchmaking platform, but just like they mentioned how they met, we are mentoring both men and women, and in that environment, you might meet people that are hearing the same thing you're hearing, and things like that. So you need to be in that setting, in that environment. If a guy, we have the Telegram group, we mentioned it. If a lady, we have BFF for single ladies. We mentioned it as well. So join those things. It's a good place to meet people that are hearing what you're hearing. All right. So to talk a bit about your business, what you do, and all that.
Okay, so I'm the CEO at 528 Interiors. We started in 2016. We're going to be 9 years this year. We do interior design for hospitality, that's hotels, residential, banks. I mean, we've done over, so far from inception till now, we've done over 200 projects around Nigeria and a few outside Nigeria. Wow. And we're currently now in 2021 we morphed into doing property development. So not just interior design, but also property development, which includes new builds, construction from scratch to finish, and then renovation. So yeah, that's what I currently do. I also run the Recalibrate Academy, which is an academy to raise believers in the marketplace who want to do business with God and use, their business as a platform to, build wealth for kingdom agenda. Yeah. So yeah, we currently are running the second course of the School of Kingdom Business. We just finished. We had the last class for that course. It's a 14-week course. We had the last class yesterday. We're going to be having exams next week and then graduation in August. So yes, those are some of the things that I do.
So both of you are high achievers now. It's possible for both people to be high achievers and still be able to walk it through.
Yes, I remember when I was single. I think, yes, I was single. I'd gone for an event where Tara and Fela Durotoye were the speakers, right? And then they were on a panel session just like this. And I remember I heard Fela Durotoye say, no, Tara say that, she had always known that she was going to be the highly successful wife of a highly successful man. And that just really struck a chord in my heart. And I just said that to myself, that I am also going to be the highly successful wife of a highly successful man. And yeah, that's the life that we live.
Yeah, and somebody's asking, how were you able to support the home without interfering with the man's authority at home?
I love that question, and I think that Gaze kind of like has answered it. I think is for me, I had always understood that just because I had the most money doesn't mean that I will break God's order in marriage. The order is the order. It's Christ, then the man, then the wife, right? And it hasn't really been an issue for me, just because most of the time, then I used to be the one, handling a lot of finances because I was the one who the funds were channeled through, right? And, just having that understanding that, see, just because I'm the one who has most of the funds in this particular season, right, is understanding that God is the one who brought the funds and he brought it for this unit. So, I learned something, and I learned it from Mrs. Awoshika, and she said that, when God looks at a marriage, he's not saying two entities, it's saying one, because scripture says man will leave his, father and mother and become one flesh with his wife. So you're one, and so it doesn't matter what part of the one God channels the funds for the marriage, for the entity through. That has always been my mindset. So even times when I want to do something, so for instance, let me give you a practical example. Last year, I'd received a word, right, that God had opened the door to the UK to me, and I was really excited. This was also around the time just before my husband was going for his first tour in the UK, and I remember that then after a few days, someone, I got this invitation to receive an honorary doctorate in the UK. And I was really excited about it. I already contacted somebody to, start processing my visa and all of that. And then I spoke with my husband about it, and my husband says he doesn't think that I should go to the UK at that time. I had the money to pay for my visa, to pay for my flight, to go, and my husband says he doesn't think that I should go. Of course, initially I was upset and all of that, but I mean, I knew that this is my husband, is the head over me, right? If he, and knowing my husband over the years, if he says something, he's not saying it because he doesn't want the best for me. He's saying it from a place of he understands, from whatever understanding that he has. I just doesn't sense that it's that time yet. So even though it was a bit painful at the time, I had to really let that go, because this is my cover. This is my husband. If I decide to go outside of his blessing, right, or outside of his covering, whatever I meet will be on me, right? So yeah, just knowing that at the end of the day, just because the woman is bringing in most of the money, or has most of the finances to sort whatever the family needs, that doesn't mean that she becomes the authority in the marriage. The order is still the order.
Thank you, guys. I'm so happy to have had you guys here. I know we could go on and on and on because there's still gist, but I know Gates has been on the road as well for a while. He'll value rest and sleep now like never before. Trust me. Trust me, I've been on the road. I know what touring is like. There are days I don't even know where I am or what I am or what I'm doing. They're just telling me your flight is 2 hours. They're just telling me I'm just moving like a robot. I have no clue what I'm doing. So I know what it can be to Tom, and it's something, but you will enjoy it. It's fun. And I believe that one of these days you take Funta with you and somebody else will watch the kids, and she'll be on the road and see what it's like. To go from city to city, back to back. I'm so excited. I'm so happy with what God is doing. It's not even just about you. It's for the culture, like you said. It's for the generations that are coming. You represent a voice. You represent a whole genre, a whole generation, in the body as well. So it's not, everything is not, Jesus was social. He attended weddings. He had a social life. He wasn't always in the temple. It wasn't always preaching, as some people wanted to look at, So well done. God will keep you. God will keep opening doors for you. Photo, I know you are so proud. We're all seeing what you saw. When it wasn't apparent, you saw it. So you're also an inspiration to a lot of young ladies. God will keep using your story to inspire. Too many young girls today don't have great examples. All the examples they have is some of these jokers that are online just saying rubbish. So we thank God for people like you. God will expand your platform, enlarge your post, expand your voice as well, so that you sound in all the ends of the earth. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah. So when I come into town, or guys, when I was shooting particularly, I'm interested in that video.
Particularly.
That guy is always playing in my car.
I think Mama T is back. She should be back in the country now. She was in the US for a while, but I think she's back in Nigeria now. So anytime,
come to US now. Let's shoot in US. I'll give you guys my Rolls Royce to shoot it. You shoot it in my Rolls Royce.
Maybe by spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
All right, sir. Thank you.
make it happen,
Thank you
please. I like the
so
song.
much, sir.
Thank you, Fonta. Thank you, everybody.
Love you and Pastor Mildred. God bless you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
sir.
So you guys can catch some rest. We'll talk to you guys later.
All
So
right.
Everybody, God bless you. No turning back.
yes, no turning back. Oh, no turning back. So guys, some people were even asking about does physical attraction matter and all that. Go to my YouTube channel. I am Pastor Mildred did a whole video on does physical attraction matter. So that will help you because we answered it a bit extensively. So go if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go and subscribe now. Those are basic stuff. It's free. So please take advantage of the build your own brand. I don't know how to explain it to you. No matter who you are, your social presence matters. Embassies check it now. So these are things we're going to share with you. You can plan ahead. Don't just be a consumer online. Then everybody's dumping their trash on you. Don't be a consumer. Be a creator. Be a contributor. So embassies check it. Employers check it. Investors check it. Everything. So build a persona. Build something. Find your own voice. There's something you have to say. There's somebody you are. There's something interesting about your life. No matter, even if you think you don't know it now, that's why you should come for the class. We would share with you. All right. Build your own brand. The link is there. The numbers to reach is there. Go register for a sign up. It's holding this August. Don't miss the class. I'll be there. Gideon Vese, Leke Alda. That's like the godfather of branding in Nigeria. You don't want to miss it. Then if you are a single lady, there's BFF. All right. If you're a single lady, there's BFF. You want to join that. BFF, you want to join that. Pastor Mojo is going to mentor you for 3 months. It's not free. You heard Gaze and Funto talk about the event they attended that they paid 10,000 that time. If you know how much 10,000 is or was that time, you would know that it's crazy money. So when I see people that don't want to invest in themselves, I don't even know. I don't even feel like talking to you. When I see if you're the kind of person that don't want to invest in yourself, I'm this way you eat every day. You want to eat every day. You want to drink drinks every day, but you don't want to invest. I don't relate. So please go sign up for build your own brand, BYOB. Then there's BFF for single ladies. Go sign up for that. A single lady. All right. And those are the ladies that will do meetings with guys, single guys as well, with people that we know that have heard with trained, not just random. We don't do dating site as a random people. Come and meet on our side. No, it's girls that are interested in development themselves. Not these girls that want a man to take care of their business. You see the kind of lady Funto is. She's not waiting for a man. She's marrying for purpose, not just a man will come and pay all my bills. No. So BFF covers everything. They'll talk to you about finances, talk to you about health, talk to you about meeting men, talk to you about marriage. It covers every aspect of life. A single lady. The links are here. Please register. And then there's the intentional for those in a relationship. If either you've just gotten married, you didn't do premarital counseling, or you just want to do our own, so it will be helpful, or you are in a courtship, or you are dating, anything like that. We have a premarital class. That one is already there's class tomorrow, so you have to register today for that, and it's virtual. So you and your fiance anywhere. Nothing as great as both of you hearing the same things. Nothing as great as that. There are discussions you won't be having because you heard both of them talk about how they understood who this. But in many homes, they will first battle for 2 years who the head is. It's a war before they now agree. Those are things that if you do premarital class, things like that, it will help you understand. So I am Pastor Mildred for the first time in a long time. I'm doing it ourselves. We have a team that can do it, or if you want the private one, we have all those, but this is a group one. And you and your fiancé can join. I am Pastor Mildred, we teach the classes ourselves. All right. So whether you are newly married or you are engaged, you are dating, you are in courtship, this is for you. Then there's the inner circle. I'm very passionate about this one for men in particular. It's a VIP class. So it's for serious-minded men, really. We want to work with you for the next 5 years. It's always the platform for single ladies, BFF. They'll put the link. You see the link. You can join that. Is the premarital also for singles? Yes. Now premarital. Premarital means means before marriage. Now, but if you're already married and you want to join it, maybe you are married, you didn't do premarital counseling, you can do it. All right. So, but it's for people in a relationship or in courtship or dating. They can join the class. All right. Then the inner circle is for men. I'm working with you for the next 5 years of your life. We're going to write your goals down. What do you want? Where do you want to be? So we're going to help you every step of the way. All right. So jump on it. There's a discount on it now for inner circle. And if you know any man, your husband, anybody that wants to join it. All right. Now, if you're a married person, we have an event for you next week. The advert will roll out from this week on our pages. We'll have an event for you next week if you're a married person. So you don't want to miss that as well. And I have a Telegram group for men, for all men. So whether you're married or single, I have a Telegram group for you. Put that up as well. Can I take like 2 or 3 questions before I sign out? Let me take like 2 or 3 questions before I sign out. If there's anybody that has a question. If there are men in this class, just type men or type M. Let me see if there are men in this class. So I want to see how many men are here. If there are men here, just type M. And if you have a question, quickly ask. Let me take like 2 questions before I go. Faithful says she needs all the links. So please, team, hope you guys are answering with all these names. What's the name of the Telegram channel for men? Mentality, that's the name. But there's also grooms to be. That's the one for single men. But anyone, if you join Mentality, they will share the link for. Okay, I'm seeing men here. So all these guys, are you guys going to join the? Are you guys all in the Telegram group? And are you joining in Inner Circle? Are you joining Inner Circle? So I have a question. So how do you deal with someone who doesn't acknowledge their own flaws? Are you married? That's the issue. And on a hope, are you married? Number one. If you're single, have you joined BFF? So that's my own question to you first before I answer. Yes, I'm seeing men. Thank you. Oh, I'm seeing. Oh, I'm seeing all this, man. So start with BFF. Go and start with BFF now, so we're talking. Go and start with BFF, okay? No. Let's start from there. Somebody said the inner circle is not opening in his end. Fine, boy. So somebody help or reach the number. Is there a Telegram group for the branding course? When you join, there might be, but you have to first register. All right. Yeah. Do we have any other questions? So if you are single, then why do you want to stay with somebody that doesn't like to deal with their own flaws? You don't enter out of desperation. You don't end up. You can't be the only one interested in it. When you are in a relationship and your girlfriend asks you for something, should you give it to her when you are just growing and almost getting to 1 year? It depends, praise. It depends. Why is she asking you for something? What does she do? What kind of thing? Does she have a job? You saw the woman we just interviewed now. Does she look like a woman that's asking you for something? So you need to know what we're talking about. Is she homeless? Is she an orphan? What is going on? Why is she asking for what kind of thing? So I need more details. Somebody like you should be in our mentality group and attend some of the mentoring we do. People are asking for a link for Inner Circle. So branding is how much, please? The link is they should convert. Gideon, doesn't it convert in currency? Does it convert in currency? How do you protect kids living in a tumultuous marriage? By first protecting yourself. All right. Why are you in a tumultuous marriage? What can we do about it? All right. The inner circle is for men alone, no, but women are pressuring me, and I want the men. If they don't fill up the spot quickly, I might have to open it for women. But for now, it's for men alone because I want it to be a men thing. But if women, I know women are generally quicker to, sign up for things. So I'm tempted. But for now, it's just for men. Oh, Jonathan, fear not. For those checking the inner circle and worried about the price, normally a one-on-one session with me for an hour is $1,000. A one-on-one session with me for an hour is $1,000. That is the same amount I want to give you for a year. So one of the guys I'm planning to bring on to also work with us, one-on-one session with him for an hour is $2,500. We're going to work with you for a year. So if you don't know a good deal when you see it, then you really should not even be in that class. For sure. You should not even be. Even we don't want you in the class. If you can't tell a good deal when you see it. Nadia is asking, what's the inner circle about? So I'm working with men to plan and work on the next 5 years of their lives. All right, that's what we're doing. Working on the next 5 years of their lives. So it covers your goals, your finances, every goal of your life that you have for the next 5 years. I'm going to systematically work with you in steps and things like that, and coaching how to achieve it. All right. Does BFF have age limit? No. As long as you're a single lady, you can join BFF. All right. Hi, Pastor K. Is it okay to plan marriage with a girlfriend who is still trying to figure out her career path? She's currently unemployed and not doing a business. She's still trying to acquire skill. If you're okay with forever her not doing anything and you're okay with her not working, then that's fine. But if you're not, let her sort herself out before you marry, because sometimes people like this might be like this forever. I'm in Caribbean. Do I have payment in plan XCD? I don't know what XCD is, but I'm sure you can pay. There's always a dollar equivalent for everything. So once you click, they will convert for you. Asking for her, even though we are growing, for her. She has her own business, and I love her. But yet sometimes I ask myself if she really loves me. Yeah. Don't build, again, praise. You need to join our Telegram group. You need to come and be mentored. You don't build a relationship on gifts, on giving money. That's the cheapest way to be scammed. No. If she's not in a relationship, how will she make her hair when she's not in a relationship? That's what you need to find out. So don't start all those kind of life. All right. When you are married, that's a different ball game. The money is now our own. But don't start a relationship by paying things. Nah. She will fall in love with Nnamdi Azikiwe and Abat Macaulay and not fall in love with you. Or Abraham Lincoln, or who are the people on dollar note. How do you have a partner that is always guilt trips you? I really feel like, man, she's unforgiving, but always hiding under the umbrella of healing. So why are you there? You guys, why are you doing weird things? Go and join the mentoring. Let's talk about some of these problems. So how long should a single lady wait for a guy that she has shown green light and interest? So some people have signed up for the branding. Benita, I see you. Ewan Ikeli, I see you. And if you check the video, you will see all the links for the different things I've mentioned. All right, 4 things I mentioned. Somebody said, do married people disconnect emotionally from each other and how to get back? They do. And that's what we're going to talk about next Saturday for married people. So please look out for it. 4 things I talked about. Number 1, building your own brand, BYOB. Everybody needs to attend that one. You need to have a voice. Trust me, you can systematically build a name and a platform. Perhaps a good name is better than silver and gold. So that's branding. Those are branding terms. So everybody needs a male or female. Even if it's marriage that concern you don't want to marry. I mean, you don't care about business, but you want to marry. You need a brand. There are brands that sell in terms of marriage or business or whatever. All right. Building your own brand. Second thing I talked about is BFF for single ladies. Pastor Mota is going to mentor you for 3 months. Third thing is intentional premarital class for anybody in relationship, dating, cutting, or just got married and wants to just work on their marriage. And then there's inner circle for serious-minded men that want to hit some big targets in the next 5 years. All right. Would inner circle be planned to fit the applicant's schedule? Inner circle, the way it works, there'll be fixed time, but even if you miss the live class, there'll be a replay for you, and there'll be some one-on-one. So it's based on schedule. Yeah, there's some one-on-one that will be based on your schedule. All right. When does BFF start? August. BFF starts in August, so but you have to register now. All right. So thank you everybody for joining today. It's been a great time spending time with you. If you're married, look out for the Saturday's event. The details will be coming up from Monday on our page. So, or even from tomorrow's church Sunday. Look out for it so that we will talk about it. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You'll put all the links here. Join. Miss BBJ, bless you. We'll see you in August, hopefully. Thank you, everybody. Janet said, you fear to post yourself. That's why you should come. Let's talk. Don't fear to post yourself. Even if you fear to post yourself, there are different kinds of pages. All right, there are different kinds of pages. There are some faceless pages. So it's not about just posting yourself. Sometimes it's about your voice, your message, your passion. There are a lot of pages that are faceless, that the people that run the pages don't post themselves. So these are things we'll discuss in the class. So it will bless you. To bless you. All right. Thank you, everybody. It was good hanging out with you guys. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Tell anyone that might be interested in any of the classes we mentioned so that they can attend. All right. See you guys. See you guys. See you guys later. Thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody says intentional